Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Rodney Hunter, the motivator, and I want to welcome you back to another edition of Make It Happen Monday. Listen, today I'm going to be very transparent with you today. There's parts of my life that I haven't exposed, partly because I was unaware of them fully, but I can't tell you to live a certain way if I don't live a certain way. At some point in life, you got to stop running from your problems, and that's what I had to do. At some point, you got to meet your problems head on because you're not going to be moving forward. There's something in your life that you've been running from. There's something in your life that you've been avoiding confronting because you don't want to know the outcome. You're afraid of what the answer is going to be, so you've been running from it. There's some type of problem that you've been avoiding because you just don't know what's on the other end of when you find out or when you deal with whatever problem that's at hand. And I'm here to tell you, deal with it. Because there's a piece of your puzzle, there was a piece of my puzzle that I needed to fix, but I was unaware of where that piece was or what that piece was until I finally sat down with my mother. Because at the age of 12, I was told that the man that I was named after was not my biological father. But the way that it was presented to me, I knew that there was more to the story. But I could tell I was smart enough to know I probably shouldn't ask at this moment, because one, I wasn't sure that I was ready. Two, I can tell that my mother wasn't ready to explain it to me. So it got easy for me to run from that problem. It got very easy for me to avoid it. I started saying, it's okay, I'll be all right without it. And then so often things would come up and I needed to know certain answers, but I didn't want to ask my mom, so I copped out and I chickened out and I didn't ask my mom certain things. It got all the way to the age of 30 when I finally decided, you know what, it's time. There's certain pieces to my puzzle that I need to put together. I'm trying to change the world here, but I can't change the world if I don't know myself, right? So I finally sat down with my mother and I asked her, Mom, what's my story? I know that my father, who he is, but there's more to it, and I need to know in order for me to move forward. In order for me to help people the right way, I need to know. So my mother told me at the age of 12 and 13 she was molested by a couple different guys on different occasions, and nobody would believe her. It got to a point to where eventually she was pregnant by the gentleman who she was molested by, not the gentleman who she was seeing, an older gentleman. She was 13, he was 26. At that point she became pregnant, and that's how I was conceived. But listen, guys, it's so odd that I feel so good that I know my story now. Whatever problem you were running from, I tell you, don't be afraid. I feel so free. My puzzle is now complete, and now I can change the world. There's something in your life that you really need to attack. I don't know if it's relationship, I don't know if it's spiritual, I don't know if it's family, I don't know if it's a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a husband, a wife. Whatever problem you've been not confronting because you don't want to know what the answer is on the other side of that question, I challenge you to attack it. Don't wait, because at some point it's going to come back to you. You're going to have to deal with it at some point.